Welcome back, everyone. It's been a very long time for me as well, so enjoy the video. I should really update that intro. Right, well, it's been probably 2.5 months, maybe even 3. So I apologise about that. Life just gets very busy sometimes, and bonsai is a hobby of mine. It isn't obviously first and foremost in my life. You know, I don't make money from it, anything like that. So anyway, good to be back. Don't know how long I'm back for, but I'm back. So yeah, this Pordocarpus. So this is carrying on from the last video that I put up. I think it was an Australian variety. I'm not sure what the name was. But this is one of the trees I bought from that batch. And there's one more that I bought from this batch as well. So that'll be the next video going up, which should be next week. Early next week, something like that. Long story short, I've just been very busy lately and just trying to figure out when I can fit in doing this kind of stuff, either the work on the trees and videoing it and editing. You know, it all takes quite a long time. And although my editing style is quite basic, it can still take a good couple of hours just to get it right. So yeah, this is a Pordocarpus red embers, I believe it's called, which is like a miniature variety, as you can see by the foliage. So you know, that day I took to the garden centre, I just went for the smallest foliage things I could find. I was on a bit of a marmee hunt. You know, I like the idea of marmee just for the fact that you can have so many of them compared to only having a few bigger trees. And also in the bigger trees you can see more details. But for me at this stage, I'm really a big fan of the experimental kind of side of it and the growing part of it, rather than, you know, only looking at 3 trees and only getting to prune 3 trees a year. I'd rather have 50 that I'm pruning, because I find it's the best way to learn as well, getting hands on with stuff, and I'm sure one day I'll have some bigger trees. So yeah, I found this one was like a twin trunk. Obviously I haven't removed any soil, so I don't know what the roots look like under there. I'm just going off of what I see, and I was being pretty careful with how I was picking shoots and buds. I wasn't quite sure how this one would back bud, and I didn't want to, you know, kill it off kind of thing. So I am only cutting back to the buds that I can see at that point. Little did I know, a couple of months on, seeing how it regrows, it kind of bursts from everywhere with buds. So you know, it shouldn't be a problem cutting it back next time. And there are parts in this video I'm just going to speed through them, and we're doing a 2 times kind of thing, because, you know, no one wants to sit there for 20 minutes watching me cut a miniature tree and yap on. Yeah, I'm leaning more towards, so this is what I thought was the front of the tree at the time. You'll see in a few minutes, I believe, where I spin the tree around, I'm actually like, I like the other side more. Just for the fact that there's a middle kind of trunk that leans more towards you on the other side. I kind of like the movement and the way it's all set up there, whereas on this side it looks very straight. There's a couple of branches that look quite straight, so we'll get to that in a minute. But in the meantime, I'm just kind of cleaning through this, just bringing it down to scale. Trying to reduce some of the length of the branches, because obviously in the marmee you're not going to use that kind of length. Trying to give it some asymmetry as well, so at the minute the trunk that's on the left will be the trunk that's on the right eventually, when I actually pick the front, and that's going to be like a kind of miniature apex to the right, and then we're going to push the growth out to the left. That's a general idea of this one. So yeah, I'm going to try and upload 2 videos a week from now on. There was a time where I was doing a video every other day, and I'll be honest, that kind of burnt me out with work and everything else that I had going on in life. I kind of felt like I didn't really get a minute spare to myself to actually kind of chill out, and then I had 2 weeks off my birthday and the whole of the Euros gig for England, which was a sad day. But it was a good tournament, and you know, I had a lot of fun throughout the whole tournament, but I was in the pub for nearly every game, and I'm getting older as well, so I turned 33 in July, and it takes me a good couple of days to recover now. So yeah, so with that, I think I'm just going to try and chill out a little bit and do, you know, 2 videos a week max, instead of trying to do as many as I can. It's one of the things where, you know, I created this channel just to kind of vlog my own experiences and things to look back on, because not always with pictures does it work with bonsai. You can't just take pictures of things and really be in that moment kind of thing. You can't really see the progression. It's better with video. Yeah, I mean, it's better in real life really, but it's always nice to look back at images of a tree that you started 15 years ago, 20 years ago. So yeah, that's why I started this channel. It wasn't really for any other reason. And at a certain point I felt a bit of pressure. I was trying to gain followers, and obviously I still want to gain followers. You know, it's always a nice thing to see that people are enjoying the content, but it ended up being that I was chasing followers and trying to, you know, pump out content to get more and more people following me. And to be honest, it's not what it's about. That's not what this channel's about either. So I had to take a step back from that and reevaluate what I kind of wanted from this. And obviously it can't really impact life too much either, because obviously, yeah, life is life, right? But enough of my rambling on that. So this is the part where I start spinning the tree around and I start looking at it from different angles, and I'm thinking maybe the front's changing it, maybe I picked it a bit too soon. I'm still working out which branches I'm going to need where, and you know, it's a very congested tree. As I say, this does pop from every kind of, I should have taken that as a hint in the first place, but this does pop from everywhere. So, you know, there's crotch branching like you wouldn't believe. Like even after this time, I cut it back, because obviously now, a couple months later, I've seen what happened because of that, and it's just back budding from everywhere, and you know, it's like 3 branches growing in one crotch. It's crazy. Yeah, so this is the front I actually decided to go for, and this is where earlier on in the video what was to the left is now to the right, so it's the other side of the tree. I just like the trunk line. I like the way that second trunk kind of goes off to the right there, so that's where that will be a separate kind of apex to the right, and then the movement of the tree will go out to the left, and the apex just left of centre. I'm just doing some final things to clear up here, and been a bit brutal with this cutting towards the end, which I got a bit braver. Really at the top of the trees, because I had so many branches that I could have choose from that it didn't matter if one of them did die back a bit. And you have to be harsh with your pruning. I find that obviously it depends on the species, right? But with some species, it could take you an extra couple of years just because you're being too cautious with pruning. You know, I did it with my Chinese elm at the beginning. I didn't realise just how much you could get them to twig, and just how far back I could cut it. And after being brave one time, I realised just how much you can cut it back and it'll just respond fine. Same with this species. You know, again, these are nursery trees. It's not like I want to kill any tree, but these trees are, I think it's £7 this one. So, you know, it's not the end of the world. And I'm still in that kind of learning and developing my skill kind of phase. So just cleaning up any kind of cuts that I've got here, put some cut paste on, making sure it's right to go out. And that'll near enough do it for this one. So hold tight, there are more videos to come. If you enjoyed today's content, please make sure to subscribe, like, and hit that bell notification. I'll see you soon.